very beautiful afternoon, and I bid you warm welcome to the studios of Poly TV Ilaro. It's a wet day here in Ilaro, and of course, I don't know how it is around your neighborhood, but we here in Ilaro are taking it so wet today. And this is time for newspaper review and analysis. My name is Femi Afolabi, and here seated with me, our public affairs analyst, my dear Edmond, the one I call the Professor, Mr. DJ Adeyemi. You're welcome, Mr. Professor.
Thank you very much, Femi.
Well, it's a wet day. Everywhere is cool.
Yeah. It's in the season.
Yeah.
And this is a season we all must be praying for, in the sense that the vegetables and the corn and the rest of them will blossom. So we'll have something to eat.
Well, we thank God for His mercies and grace.
That's right.
We're taking off with the front page of a Vanguard newspaper, and it's political. Vanguard is saying today, 2027, opposition parties in disarray as factional candidates emerge. Opposition parties in disarray as factional candidates emerge. We all know that other political parties, apart from APC, when you talk about PDP, when you talk about NDC, and of course ADC, as of today, they still have some minor internal wranglings around them. PDP, for instance, we have not less than 3 factions that are jostling for attention of INEC. And of course, each faction is producing candidates for 2027 election. That's why this party is this party saying opposition parties in disarray as factional candidates emerge. What does that say about you?
Well, of course they are in disarray, in the sense that it's just a pity that in a manner or the other they find themselves in this mess. Some of them are still in the courts. Even ADC, Kachiku has been declared a factional presidential candidate of ADC, while we are expecting the results of the General Marx led faction. You see, in such a situation, it's I don't know how it steadies them against the forthcoming elections. The forthcoming elections is going to be quite a load of it's going to be quite some battle between APC, ADC, and even the others. So what I found out is that, and they are still going to court. There's this party, Youth Party. They went to court. They took INEC to court over a portion of INEC's guidelines towards the elections. And what do you find? It will now go. It will get to the court. It will go to appeal court. It will go to how it will not affect the smooth and seamless election processes. I don't know yet, but I believe that when the judiciary sees this kind of thing, then they probably will need to fast track some of the things so that they can get to a conclusion, and then we can have everybody set for the elections.
Well, as at now, it seemed that only APC is putting or has put his house in order. So far, as of today, we have the presidential candidate already declared. That is President Bola Tinubu that's going to fly the flag.
There's also the Kachiku presidential candidate.
that is ADC.
Okay, yes.
We still have factions. There's no faction in APC. That's what I'm trying to say.
All right.
What I want to point out is that even the fact that there is crisis within the within the opposition bracket.
Okay.
We still have factions, we still have crises, and APC seems the only one as of now that doesn't have much crisis that will likely affect what is going to happen. The opposition are crying foul about the outcome of APC presidential primaries that held just a few days ago, where 10.9 polls was assigned for President Tinubu. They are saying how many or what is the strength of those who participated in that primary that will give 10.9. Isn't that a signal that 2027 is going to be massively rigged? That's the language.
I think what they need to do is to go and mind their own business. Mm-hmm. What I mean by that, you see, that is even speaking in a manner. What I mean by that is that APC says they have 10.2. 10.9. Okay, 10.9 voted the president for another term. It is APC's word against any other person. That is what they have recorded. Then you go and do your own. We have over 200, some people say 250 million Nigerians. And that means how many adults? At the worst, we will have 50 million adults. So if you are talking about 10 point something, yes, what they need to go and do is to put in place internal democracy such that they can sort their own problems out and then get ready. APC is moving. It's not as if APC doesn't have its own wahala. What's it called now? There's two senators are moving from APC into some other parties, and and there would be so many other, disgruntled people coming from the what's it called now? The primaries recently held in Lagos. About 9 of them actually petitioned the APC National Petition Committee or something like that. So, and it is like that in some places. APC also needs to draw them close, talk to them, or redo some of the primaries. So that's the way I look at it. And I think the opposition, our opposition has not really, do we have they have splintered. We have now, if only they can stay in one place, then they can possibly say that they will face the president and give him a run for his money. But as things remain, Obi is in NDC, Kwakwanso is not there together, and so many other things like that. So let them go and get themselves together. If they are a coalition, look at the coalition that was birthed, so to speak, by Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2022. They all stood together and they fought. Is it in 2022? No. That was just before Buhari came in. That was the coalition. And they were able to put in display some kind of togetherness, and they give Jonathan a good fight. So if they are not doing that, well, I don't see.
Well, we're still talking about politics, and we're going to the front page of a Guardian newspaper. And Guardian today says, INEC's appeal leaves opposition aggrieved politicians in limbo. INEC's appeal leaves opposition aggrieved politicians in limbo. A few days ago, a federal high court that sat in Abuja voided some aspect of the elections guideline that rolled out by INEC,
Yes.
especially on submission of a party primaries and candidate and all whatnot. So, and there was a particular newspaper that believed that order will open door for new alignments, new defections, and all whatnot. Now INEC has appealed or is going to appeal that judgment. So the paper is now saying the move by INEC to appeal that judgment will halt certain movement by the opposition and the aggrieved politicians in finding weirdness or what next to do.
What do they expect? INEC was taken to court. Judgment was given. I mean, against INEC. INEC still has the appeal court to go to. And then, of course, we should just wait and let's see how it goes, you know, because what they are, the real point is that there is the Electoral Act gave 120 days to the elections for the final submission of the list of candidates. But of course, so that's a point that they will need to go to the court for a better interpretation. But in the meantime, INEC also has a series of activities, electoral activities, submission of registers and databases and the rest of them. So what you find out is that and INEC must also do its job because it has a statutory power to do some of these things. So I'm yet to know. Well, those who know better, that is the judges, will adjudicate on that, and we'll get to know if it is the 120 days. Because it will be 120 days. Yes, it will give people who have lost the races in some of the parties to go to another party to recontest or to contest in such platforms.
I think why the opposition and the aggrieved politicians seemed in disarray, like this, what this paper is saying, that the more INEC appeals, the more it moves to even the Supreme Court at the end of the day, will eat into the chances, their chances of either defecting into other political parties or seek redress somehow, because by the time the case is adjudicated at the end of the day, it may not leave them enough room to do whatever they want to do.
Think that, well, of course, that I would say would be their cup of tea.
Like, for instance, like we know what happened in Oyo State. Adedibu could not get the nod of the party, at least to run as the candidate, and he's now alleging that even after the exercise, he went to look for the total number of registered members of APC. He found that they were just 157,000, whereas the figure ruled out as the result after that was almost 500,000. So he was asking where was the remaining 350 or so.
What you find out is that there is this the APC was doing what I call, or what they call, ongoing registration, you know. So between a particular period and the time they went to primaries, then of course some other people might have registered, and other people was in Abuja fighting for electricity.
Maybe what he meant was that the number that was sent to INEC as the bona fide registered member is just 157, because INEC said if your name is not on the register with them, you can't participate in the
well, okay. Let's see how it goes. I am just very
let's move forward. We are going to some economic stories now. The front page of a Punch newspaper: Dangote faces price war as NNPC backs failed imports. Dangote faces price war as NNPC backs failed imports. If you ask me, I would say the price war may at the end of the day favor Nigerians, because they will be compelled or be competing to bring down the prices of their services, for at least for people to patronize them. But I don't see this as just ordinary. I just want to believe that this is another scheme by NNPC to give Dangote a fight, because right from the time Dangote refinery started, that project has been having it so unhealthy with NNPC.
Yeah, I think this a display of interests, different interests, self-interest, corporate interest, commercial interest, and also such things. And what do you find? NNPCL is a government, government, so to speak, corporation.
Mm.
And of course, NNPCL, as it is, also, remember, has a shareholding in Dangote. Now, the two of them, it's like fighting yourself, because if Dangote succeeds, NNPCL has money or has benefits out of the success of Dangote. And at the same time, what you find out is the owners, when I say the owners, in the inverted commas, of NNPC, are just showing their muscle. Now, there's an individual who has invested close to, or not even close,
$20
billion in setting up a refinery, and you now want, and they have NNPC. Dangote has said that they have about 90% capacity for local consumption. If they have 90% capacity for local government, then for local consumption, then why are you importing fuel? We don't have to, because when we import fuel, we are using our foreign reserves and all such things, and the dollar is riding roughshod on us. If we can produce here what we need, then let us produce here. Let them sit down with Dangote and sort things out. That is okay. The federal government has given Dangote quite some privileges, so to speak. They buy crude oil in Naira and all the rest of it. There is not even a situation of they importing fuel, the logistics of freight and the rest of them. So what I think is that they should just say that what we need is to drive into the the filling station and get fuel for affordable prices. Not this we want to import fuel. The average person doesn't need that. And my own concern is actually you and I. Are they making life easy for us to live?
Well, opinions differ. Like you rightly mentioned, some people believe that this stand by NNPC to import fuel is just a way of getting back to Dangote, because Dangote denied NNPCL another opportunity of having more stake in the industry.
Don't forget that it is NNPCL that reneged on the plan, on the allocation of shares. They were supposed to pay up in 2024, but they didn't. And of course, Dangote refinery is a business concern. They have to move on. So left to me,
we don't have much time, but let us quickly interrogate this story about the insecurity. Newspapers are saying this morning that bandits or terrorists attack on a community in Kwara State. A palace was attacked, wherein the wife of the emir and the son were taken away. And something similar here, still not talking about banditry. In Vanguard newspaper, there's this story: Oyo school kidnap, government under pressure as abductors demand ransom. Up till today, those people are still in captivities, and they are demanding ransom to billions of naira from government. So nobody is hearing anything.
It's a pity. In fact, each time we talk about this kidnapping thing, it gnaws at my heart. I don't know how those 4-year-olds and 6-year-olds would have been
Even
living.
2-year-old.
Yes, I don't know how. And we just need, the government must do something, even if it means they should stop all infrastructural engagements, roads, bridges, and the rest of, and face insecurity. Every moment they are getting closer here. It's a pity that statement should not even come in, because they are already there and they are not making lives easy for people like us who are there. Nigerians, they all are. The one in North Kwara, I think it was on Monday morning. That was today's Tuesday. That was yesterday. It's a pity. That means some villages, some settlements, communities are in the throes of these bandits. They can, how and they are Nigerians. What government just needs to do something about security. Look, Governor Sheyi Makinde said that they had he had imported a surveillance aeroplane. That's the kind of thing that all states should get into. And even the federal government should invest in drone technology. You can't tell me that a drone will not see whatever is down there in the forest. Let them fly all these things. Let them know how, because they cannot, all the bandits in Nigeria, I doubt if they are 100,000. But of course, their warfare is different from the conventional. They go here today, raid, attack, and not do all sorts of things, and then move from there to another state. There was not this thing in Kwara not too long. We used to hear of Kebbi and the rest of it. So I hope we'll do something.
Well, I don't know. I don't know how Nigerians will sleep with their 2 eyes closed, because a few days ago, even yesterday, the defense headquarters issued statement that there is an intel that Boko Haram or some terrorists may likely want to strike during this festive period. So it's advising people not to go to certain area or to moderate what they do and what not.
Yeah,
So
I think that should be it. People should moderate the festivities and all the rest of
well,
it. And I want to say that also, just quickly, that the federal government should be thinking of working with the likes of Sunday Igboho and the rest of them. I think we should now apply shadow military.
all right. All right. That is
Okay.
another area that we will explore in the maybe in another version of our
Of
program,
the program.
because time is not our friend.
It's all
I
right.
want to thank you sincerely for your thoughts,
My pleasure too.
and I wish you well as we go into the festive season.
I'm wishing you to Barika de Sara.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
That is the program this afternoon. We'll be back tomorrow. Of course, there is public holiday, but Poly TV is not on holiday. We'll be here tomorrow to serve you your regular menu. Bye for now.